Hey guys, I'm back here for one more lecture. Today we're gonna start solving that first problem I mentioned in the last lesson. Our form looks very different from what I imagined in the initial theme design. How do I solve this? Well, the answer lies in that function we use to call the search form, that is, getSearchForm. Actually, what does that function do? To answer that, we have to take a look at the WordPress codex. Let's do a search for this function. And jump to the first search result that refers to the function. Well, here's what it says. Display search form. We'll first attempt to locate the searchform.php file in either the child or the parent. For now, don't worry if you don't know what a child theme is, okay? Then load it. If it doesn't exist, then the default search form will be displayed. In fact, this default search form is what we are loading at the moment, since we don't have any files called searchform.php in our theme, right? So logically, all we have to do is create that file in our theme and we'll be able to modify our form. So let's create the file. Let's see if it works. If we type anything in here, instead of the standard form, we have the content we typed. And let's check it out. Reloading the page. Okay, that means that we can create all the structure of our form within this file. So let's go. Just a hint, if you want to have less work to do this, which is always interesting, you can open the searchform.php file of any native theme and copy its content. For example, let's open the file that's inside the 2016 theme. And let's copy what's inside it. Let's paste it here into our new file. The only negative point is that now our theme is the one responsible for the file. Later you'll see that we'll have to deal with some problems that this brings to our project. Nothing that cannot be fixed. And now we can define what will stay here inside. For example, let's remove this label that contains the phrase search for. These other things here too. And the rest will stay. All we have here is a form that uses the get method to process the search data. Notice that the form uses a function called getSearchQuery in the input field, and that will load the search term back into the form with each new search. This function is very useful and will help us perform other actions later. So let's save it and let's reload the page. Well, it's still very strange, although everything is in the right place. So the question now is, how do I put the magnifier icon? That's very easy. What I did ahead of time is I've already created the image of the magnifying glass in SVG format. And you find this image among the download files, don't worry, okay? I'll just use the image as the background image for the button. Let's create a very simple CSS rule for this. We also make some changes to the search box. Okay, it's not 100% perfect yet. How about we center the content of this form horizontally? I'm gonna create a new div here inside this container. I'm gonna place this code snippet here inside this div. We can achieve this by passing display flex to this div and then aligning the items to the center. For this, we will add the Bootstrap classes dFlex and align items center. However, we'll say that the flex display will only be valid from the medium-sized device. For this, just add MD to the class name. Below the medium-size breakpoint, the contents of the div will be centered. To do this, just add the Bootstrap text center class. There you go. Now we have everything aligned. Great. And to finish this lesson, let's first change this file's documentation. And we're gonna do some more searching here. You will notice two annoying things here. First is that the search results are a bit messy again. Second is that there are many things that shouldn't appear in the search. Well, I am in an e-commerce store. The interesting thing is that the visitor could only search for products, at least while WooCommerce is active. So here we got pages, posts, and a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense at all. How can I solve all of this? In the next lesson, we'll continue and we'll answer that question. So until then.